Hi everyone, it's Wednesday and it's the first Wednesday of July. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell and it's time for another edition of News 2 Gives Back. This is brought to you by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators. And we have stepped out of Nashville to head up to one of the biggest booming cities in Tennessee, and that is in Clarksville. We are in Montgomery County, just up the road about 45 minutes from Interstate 24. But we are here to spotlight the Clarksville-Montgomery County EMS, and they specifically have made a wonderful and brilliant transition, and we want to take time to honor and recognize this. This is Chief Chris Proctor. Chris, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your new role. Tell us about your new role here as chief here with Clarksville-Montgomery County.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus, for the introduction. I'm ecstatic. I'm beyond surprised that they've chosen me to lead our department. I'm humbled and I'm privileged to work with a tremendous amount of paramedics and EMTs and support staff that we hear. We're about 130 people strong here at the department. So I'm just completely humbled by the opportunity to lead the department moving forward.
Yeah, that's great. And you've spent a lot of time here with the department. Tell us about your history here and how long you've been serving this area.
Right, yes, sir. I started in 1995, going on close to 28 years here. Started as a part-time EMT, worked through the ranks of an advanced provider in the field, then a road lieutenant, and I served most recently as the assistant chief of operations with the department until my promotion here just a few months ago.
Wow, that is great. And this is an area you're going into a chief role that is booming. Tell us about the population here in Clarksville and Montgomery County. I mean, we're not too far away from Nashville, and we see it a lot. There's a lot of folks commuting 100%. Down to Nashville from here.
Yes, so our department's growing. The calls for service are growing. As our community grows, so will the need for our services. So it's a challenge for us to be able to continue to provide that support, and we're taking that challenge, day in, day out. And so we solely make all 911 calls for service here in Clarksville-Montgomery County. We average about 33 to 34,000 calls per year. That rounds out to be about 90 calls per service per day. So we're extremely busy department, but we're up for the challenge.
Yes, definitely. And you have the amount of crews to support that. Tell us about your ambulance personnel, the people that are on the streets. I know you were one of them, and you have a lot of respect for everything that they do.
Right, well, most definitely. The men and women of our department that are out making the calls are the backbone of our department. They're the heartbeat of our department. And so without them, our department would not be what it is. So on average, we have about 14 ALS ambulances on the road a day. That means there's at least a paramedic on every truck. And we have 3 to 4 supervisors out in the field supervising those 14, 15 ambulances on the road a day.
Yeah, and you all service a very big area. And I mean, there's not just Interstate 24 here, but you have a lot of county roads, some rural roads too, and then of course the bigger city limits of Clarksville. The EMS organization here, they hold an A rating from the State of Tennessee Department of Health Division of Emergency Medical Services. Now, that sounds like a very high honor, but what does that mean for the public to know about your group here?
Yeah, so what that means is that anytime you call 911 for an ambulance, that means you're going to get the best service when we arrive, and that's an A-rated service, which means there is an advanced provider or a paramedic on the truck at every response.
Okay, that is great. And what advice do you offer for residents here in regards to getting in contact with you all and what they need to know when your first responders are dispatched to a particular scene?
Yeah, just remember to call 911, stay calm, be able to give the dispatcher pertinent information. The more information that we can get on the front end, the better response we can make. We can determine which assets we may need when we're en route. We may need some assistance from our local first responders when it comes to Clarksville Fire Rescue or Montgomery County Volunteer Fire Department. We may need some aircraft assistance from Vanderbilt Life Flight or Area Vac Life Team. We may need some law enforcement assistance. So I tell the citizens this: just remember to call 911, stay calm, and just know we're on our way.
Absolutely. And if I could ask one additional question, I mean, Clarksville, Montgomery County is a very big area. So where are your ambulances placed? Some examples on where they're placed here in the county, and tell us about your relationship even with the county versus the city, because sometimes there can be a little bit of a difference there.
Yeah, great question. So we cover the entire Montgomery County area, which means we handle any calls for service within inside the city limits, outside of our rural communities. We strategically place all of our stations throughout Montgomery County. We have stations inside the city limits, stations outside in our rural districts. It's primarily driven off of response times. If we have an extended amount of response time, that's something we're forecasting in the future to build another station and add more staff.
All right, great. And then the last thing, what's happening here in Clarksville? Anything big that's upcoming? You just had your big Independence Day celebration, so that is just coming behind us, but anything else upcoming here that you want your residents to know about?
Yeah, so I would say probably the F&M Bank Arena coming to our community is huge. That's going to provide lots of traffic downtown, a potential calls for service out there, which we hope never happens, but we do know with growth comes calls for service, and we're working diligently to prepare for that. I would say probably some of the bigger things too is our relationship with Austin Peay State University and the EMT program that we host here internally. So we're working in conjunction with them to be able to get people that want to go to EMT school become certified. So that way, not only our department will benefit from that, maybe local other agencies can benefit from that too.
Sure. And if I could ask one more question, even about the EMT, if there's a young person that's interested, or even anybody for that matter, that's interested in joining, and if they want to serve in this capacity on EMT or even with the volunteer role for the fire department, what's their steps to go about that?
Yeah, so if they want to volunteer with the Volunteer Fire Service, I encourage them to reach out to our local emergency management agency. They'll be able to steer them in the right direction for volunteering with the fire department. If you're interested in becoming an EMT or paramedic, I would suggest that you look out for the Austin Peay program. Go to their website, find that, or maybe even reach out to Volunteer State Community College. They offer a program as well that a lot of our employees sometimes take advantage of to get their certifications.
That is great. Well, great information. Congratulations, Chief Proctor, on your role. Very excited for you. We're very proud to be able to bring them lunch today. This is all provided by Nashville Subaru in partnership with the Nashville Predators, and this has been another great edition of News 2 Gives Back. I'm News 2 meteorologist Marcus Bagwell. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.